protocols in place with a new guy from, I would argue, a tier below where Chicken Coop would like to be.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's a last-minute stand-in, right? And sometimes when those type of situations arise, you just have to take what you can get, and that's Panic coming through here. It is slightly lower in terms of skill set, anyway, that he's going to bring to the table. Doesn't mean he can't fit in and do the job, you know, as a fifth man, but we'll have to wait and see. I think the bigger concern for me is who's calling and what's going to happen in that department, along with supporting utility, right? Because MDS did a lot of the heavy lifting there. Anyway, let's jump into it and find out. Round number 1 here on Inferno between Regain and Chicken Coop. The team that loses this series is out.
One more elimination to dole out today here on the broadcast. And see which way justice is served. Drop looking to get a bit aggressive and all by his lonesome here as well. And he's getting a lot of false information. He doesn't necessarily know which way this is going. And definitely doesn't know that Apartments is swarming with terrorists.
Yeah, Drop gonna get blindsided here. Sasha taking care of business, and now the A site, probably the focus of their attention. Panic misses his shots, so he's gonna have to double back. And yeah, again, tries to take a quick one, but nothing doing at all. He's the only one left on this A site as Jared is ventilated by Honest Glock, and Honest will do the same to Panic himself. 2K for Honest, REKMEISTER and Crisp will make some foothold here, yeah, in towards the A site. A couple of nice headshots, far from over, and the bomb still has to be recovered, and REKMEISTER manages to connect onto Honest from Apartments. Zukar and Dark are low as well, only 69 HP combined.
It'll be a tough one here to hold on and hold the fort. Crisp has made that long rotation around the world. Is now back at Moto, and it has to be REKMEISTER really to take that first contact, so now Crisp can surprise. Spots out a player and takes another head. REKMEISTER doing it all on his own. A quad kill for him. And we spoke about the star power that these two can have. And they're going to charge forward to get the first pistol round. A little not safe for work there, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Let's keep it PG.
They're enjoying their win, as they should, because that was a 5v2. And they did everything, pulling it back here. So well done from REKMEISTER. This is what we saw in that previous series. And, you know, if they can keep it up and manage to hold the fort, continue looking like that, then obviously things will be manageable without MDS. I'm wondering how long MDS won't be here, if this is a permanent thing that just happened to occur, or if he's going to return should they stay in this tournament. Either way, 1:38 on the clock, and Regain are forcing up. Khalil to 3 MAC-10s available, and 2 frags immediately as they walk up towards top banana. They're not going to stop now. You have to imagine that the momentum has been gained. The thing is, they lose Honest on the other side, and there's been a lot of damage taken on Grape and Zukar. Only 67 HP combined and 1 singular point of health for Zukar. REKMEISTER waiting on the side. He will get the kill, but that was a messy spray. Grape and Zukar. Well, Zukar's gone, but Grape survives to at least get 1. Now it's up to Crisp and Jared to try and deal with him. He's down to 13 HP now. It's a very difficult path to grab this bomb and get a plant, and he won't be able to do it. Jared, the 2K, and Chicken Coop convert off the pistol.
Little dicey, I can't lie. It wasn't necessarily the cleanest second round of play, but they still sustained themselves. You have to say thank you to Lorgar, our official tournament PCs. Big shout out to them, and we'll see those in the main event. But Regain now having no money will have to take a save as Chicken Coop can try to find a little bit more safety and stability with their economy.
It's the second time, though, in 2 rounds that Chicken Coop have recovered from a man disadvantaged situation. And again, they do it here. I mean, they were briefly down in a 4v3. And Regain can't keep the pressure applied. But this is an eco round for them, so not too bad in terms of damage done. as Panic will fall back.
Panic playing the pixel angle, and Grape is wise to those tricks. Massive kill to find, and man advantage means bomb plant and a chance to find a first round in 3 rounds and completely stunt this Chicken Coop CT side. Look at Drop trying to come through alongside his teammate of Chris, but they line up for Honest. MP9 spray is down to a T, and Regain get back to winning ways and make us forget about some of the clutches that they dropped the ball on not too long ago.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, once REKMEISTER falls, then things get a little bit more challenging. We talked about it being very top-heavy in terms of the firepower, and Panic, you know, it's a bit of a concern, I would say, on that B site, and I feel like Regain might try to abuse that. Might try to go in that direction whenever they see the opportunity. Assuming that's where he's playing. In fact, no, he's towards the A site. Maybe that was just a rotation that we saw. This is a 4-spy round, though, so things can change as we go forward. We'll see where he ends up sticking around towards. Either way, 4th round here, Regain an opportunity to punch right back into the swing of things.
Well, there's still a 4-spy here from Chicken Coop. These 2 A1Xs are going to have to do a lot of work. But Zukar finds a huge entry. Take down the Danger Man of Crisp, and Grape will find another one. That's the B defense completely taken care of. And now they're going to go charging into this B bomb site free of charge.
That's not good for Chicken Coop. Given the fact they force into this round as well, I think they're just going to want to hang on to what they've got. Jared is already waiting towards this A site, and, well, Panic's lost. Honest deals the blow there. REKMEISTER also dealt with, and now it's just Jared trying to hang on to this A1S. Regain with a decisive 2nd round victory.
Jared will try his hardest to hold on to this gun. But I don't necessarily know if he'll be able to hold on to it. Dirk is slowly encroaching upon his position. And now he's given up his position, so his MP9 could be a little dangerous from long range, and Jared takes some significant damage in that process. 12 HP to his name, and just lives to tell the tale. That's a huge shot to hit. Zukar goes down, and now Regain have clawed this one back to within 1. Huge work being done on this T side off the back of not much, really. They'll be happy to make this one an even game. Excuse me, not a 1-round game. This is round 5, and it tied at a 2-2 score line. It's just USPs behind that Jared A1S. The stake odds look dead even, nearly dead even at this point. Slightly favoring Regain, but want to bet on this contentious game, use star35 for a weekly reload of $35 and get involved in all the action.
Saved M4 here. How much damage can it do? Grape is farming with the MAC-10. Sasha gets Crisp. Honest finds Panic, and Jared, while he will get one on the B site, all they have to do is avoid him. Well, Dirk doesn't seem interested in that prospect. You just need to go in and plant the bomb, guys. Grape wants to get the cutoff. The problem here that I have with the way Regain is playing this is that they know A is clear, but Grape is the healthiest piece. You don't want him hunting around. You want him to be able to defend the site. It doesn't matter anyway. Honest is going to get Jared. Just that whole setup towards a post plant looked a little bit precarious, but it all works out. Regain do get a third, and we have a tech pause that comes through.
It's the principle, John. I completely understand where you're coming from. I really do.
Yep.
Well, it's like Regain when folks over at StarLadder, we do have a little bit of a tech pause. We'll get this one sorted. Hopefully, it'll be sorted soon. I don't like tech pauses, John, but I don't like tech pauses on Inferno. You know, the map is as slow as it is.
Yeah, Inferno's one of the slower ones in the pool right now, or well, is the slowest one. I don't think there's any map that plays slower than Inferno. You could argue maybe Nuke, but even then, it doesn't feel the same. Like, yeah, Valve, please fix by removing Inferno. No, I don't know how many people feel that way, right? I think Inferno delivers some fun moments, or has delivered some classic moments in the history of Counter-Strike, and being a third map, and well, here it's not a third map, obviously it's a map pick, but that's where it typically has, created those memorable moments. But it's time for it to get a refresh, and for maybe Overpass to come back. I still can't believe Overpass is not there. Even Train, I love Overpass and Train, and you could just take Inferno and Mirage and get rid of them, and I'll be good. So I don't know.
I agree. I will listen. I will keep Mirage in. I will say that.
Okay, fair.
But I think the Inferno thing is I just don't know why we removed Overpass again. I know Valve loves to look at the player count and loves to factor that in, but at the end of the day, for me, I just think that I want to watch a map pool that has enough variety strategically and how you approach them, instead of like basically being able to apply the same philosophy to like 6 of the 7 maps. I think that isn't fair to the community, and it isn't fair to the competitors to find an extra edge in the veto. So hopefully one day we'll get that change. But until then, John, it'll be Inferno for every North American qualifier you will ever cast.
Great. It's okay. I mean, it's not. There's still been some fun moments, and it still can deliver some exciting Counter-Strike. Any map can, but the pace is odd, and like for there to be so much pressure be applied from like one direction, like Banana, the amount of utility that goes back and forth just feels like a choke point that is so difficult to get past. And there's constant like set plays you have to have on CT side with the util if you want to keep the T's at bay, and you're guaranteed to need utility if you want any modicum of control towards that B site. So it's a bit weird that that's like a condition that's required, where on every other map that's not really the case. Like you can take your time, hang on to your util, and not feel the pressure to immediately get there to stop like the oncoming potential onslaught. So it's just there's multiple reasons why Inferno's a little bit weird. They tried to fix the A site, and I would argue that that's a little bit better on the retakes, right? With Graveyard no longer being accessible. In terms of going up and getting there towards Pit, right? Gaining an angle, a higher ground on it. But I don't know. There's still problems that need to be resolved, and I feel like that's why it would be good for it to be removed momentarily and let Valve kind of rejig the map a little bit, right?
It feels like all they're trying to do with these moves is they're trying really hard to like support it like a Weekend at Bernie's type thing. Like the map is dead, man. Like, but they're trying really hard to like prop it up really hard with a lot of these changes, and eventually, at a certain point, you just got to learn to throw in the towel and say, we're going to have to fix this as soon as possible. But hey, we've got this tech pause. It's a little bit longer than we expected. So we're going to take this little bit of a break. And when we come back, more of Regain taking on Chicken Coop.
All right. Well, we got REKMEISTER's gong was out there. Shame we couldn't hear it. That must have been a nice little sound that it made. But we're back into things. Tech pause is over. And we're getting ready for round number 6.
Here we go. Regain now building back into this T side, and now with a little bit of an edge. Moving into this gun round. No AWP out for Crisp, something that I think Chicken Coop would really want to utilize. And no fight for Banana this time around for the CT side. Keen on playing as slow as possible, and the double nades are an absolute mortar strike to Dirk. And sure, they trade a little bit of damage the other way, but end of it all, Chicken Coop will be happy to play in a 5v4 situation.
Yeah, no question. Regain. Hoping to find a quick response. Honest hunting towards the A site. He's lurking, in fact, and the rest of Regain are moving into B. As mentioned, yeah, Panic is going to be a B player. So that will likely be noticed by Regain. And they're going to try and abuse this site. Panic and Drop only have 2 frags combined. 45 seconds left. Tons of util available for Regain. It's going to be a flurry of utility and flashes that'll come in here. It'll be very difficult for Panic along with Drop to deal with it too, because they don't really have a CT player. So all of the emphasis and focus for Regain will be on the site. Here we go. Here's everything coming at them. Flashes out, smokes as well. Panic will actually get the first here and Drop the second. Okay, Drop does get traded up, but Panic, he does manage to hold his own for a 3K. Finally gets dropped there by the nade, and Sasha pulls out the bomb too soon. Crisp is right on the scene. So Panic, hey, if he keeps playing like that, they won't be able to abuse him at all.
Yeah, he does enough of a job there to at least dissuade them from ever coming back to B, at least for the time being. Big work there from him. And now, Chicken Coop have tied it back at 3s. Back and forth we go. As competitive as you would like for an elimination game. Not necessarily the environment that Chicken Coop wanted to be in, considering the fact that they're without their captain, but they can pull out the stops and continue on in this tournament and maybe get their captain back in their ranks. Be definitely better off. There's a long road to get there.
On the clock. Regain with a slow approach towards the A site. Eventually going to make their move here. Smoke going to get tossed for arch side. REKMEISTER just watches that bloom in front of him. Tucks himself around Cubby, waiting for the advance from Regain that may never come, because the bomb is postured towards bottom banana. This may all just be a ruse to try and attract attention, and it absolutely is. They are going to try B again.
I don't believe that Panda can do it twice, and you know what? Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
I want to test the stand-in and make sure that he really does fit into the roster well enough. Oh, that's a bad sound cue to give up. Really bad sound cue to give up. And look at the rotations coming through. REKMEISTER charging through. A Drop now starting the spam wars. They know that it's going to be coming this side, but Drop actually doesn't get anything. So now Panic is going to have to scramble into the site alongside REKMEISTER, and he's got enough to get the job done. Switches over to the USP. REKMEISTER there to hold his hand alongside him. And Regain get absolutely stifled again here on B.
What on earth, Panic? Okay, perhaps a rising star from the advanced scene here. Very nicely done. As, yeah, I mean, they tested him twice and he's got the answer, so that's pretty much what you need. Even if he can't do that again, right? Those 2 rounds are enough to deter Regain from going for, you know, repetitive B hits and trying to abuse what was viewed as a weakness and now can no longer be looked at that way, as Chicken Coop have gained the lead. Also, guys, to your mouse on your screen, you can have one. Enter the giveaway. Scroll down on your screen. Okay, we'll get back. Oh, Drop and Grape are going to get 3 frags combined. It is going to be a 4v3 for Regain. But yeah, enter that giveaway, guys. Scroll down in the description, click on the banner, and you'll get your chance to win one of 8 gaming mice from ATK Gear.
I'd like a new mouse.
Me too.
I'll join the giveaway. Why not? Oh no. But you
think
guys definitely should check it out. Chicken Coop now in the 3-on-4, looking towards Jared and Chris to hold down this A site. Jared gets started with 1, make it 3 after the spray down. It leads it to a 1-on-1. Sasha versus REKMEISTER. Sasha's had a tough tournament so far, looking to find some impact as soon as possible, and this clutch would be so magnificent for Regain's chances. Money is still not great on both sides. This is just such an important 1-on-1 to win, and Sasha's backed up all the way into the top apartments. REKMEISTER still also meandering, moseying on through Moto right now. He's got to clear a ton of angles. He doesn't realize that it's all moot, and that Sasha's all the way in the apartment, so he'll toss in an 8, and he's gonna have to basically stick this right now, but this is a lost round for REKMEISTER. Oh, Sasha nearly lost it himself, but hey, very smartly played by Sasha to find some significant impact in this series.
Yeah, I mean, look, you got to pull out all the stops if you want to come through and get this one. And, you know, Panic showing that he's not going to be a weakness here gives Regain a little less chance, I would say, to come out and take this one. But they still have to remember, look, there's no IGL on the side of Chicken Coop. It's more difficult for them to call the shots. So maybe they can come out and find some rounds. And you got to get those tough ones as well, which they do a fantastic job of. So now we go into this next one. Tied up at 4 again. Inferno can be that type of map, right, where you're just trading rounds back and forth. We'll see who will gain that edge, if any team, in this first half. But to me, this feels like it's leaning towards a 6-6 tie, Paladin.
Yeah, certainly. Just deadlock after deadlock. Chicken Coop will still reinvest once more. And they definitely were going to, considering the game state, considering it was into that 1-on-1. But look at this, a little bit more frisky here from Zukar. And even more friskiness from REKMEISTER. Huge double there from him. Charging down mid and spamming away, causing so much commotion that Jared from the apartments can strike as well. So this is just going to be the most bloodbath of a best of 3 from the looks of it now, John. Because, sure, Dirk running Mac 10 will also get involved.
Zukar gets one too. Wait, what? 5v2? Chicken Coop do not have to fight. There's no reason for them to give away any positions. Smoke gonna get tossed. 55 seconds left. Panic very far forward here, at risk, but he'll get both. Was that a call-out? It looked like it, but I think it was 2 shots that were required in order to find that, but very well played with the 5-7. Position works out, and Chicken Coop are back in the lead.
Exactly what you're looking for there. So much commotion, so much aggression there from REKMEISTER, but yeah, that call-out from Panic is obviously fantastic as well. It just feels like this CT side is not necessarily the most put together, but the principles are still flowing really well, and now Crisp is off to the races as well with that Galil, trying to back away his REKMEISTER, and he'll punish Dirk, chasing him down. And while all this is happening, oh my goodness, Drop is just getting run down on the B side of things. Zukar doesn't take any damage, and they're into the B bomb site. A plant is in. Coop has got to move back over to this B site stat.
What a weird set of circumstances there, too, right? Like, Drop is caught with utility in his hands, just trying to set up some more defense there. Now, Zukar's got a chance to pop off. He only gets one, though. REKMEISTER trying to be that individual star that Coop know him to be. And, well, he will fall to Grape. Damage done at the very least, getting Grape down to 30, and now Coop can swarm the site. Grape, what a shot onto Jared! 2v1, bombing defused here, and it's successfully defused! They win the round just barely as Grape knifes Chris the moment after he gets that bomb defused. Wow, what an absolutely madcap round.
This game does not really have much rhyme or reason, John.
No.
I don't necessarily understand much of it, but this is the kind of entertaining CS that you need at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Indeed the case, yes. Well, I can't say that either team has any momentum at all, because they don't. It's 50-50 right down the middle. But we'll see maybe if Coop can gain themselves another round and maybe a lead heading into the second half. It's a prime opportunity right here. AWP's out for Chris, which, I mean, we've seen him pop off considerably, earlier on in that previous match, but not much just yet. As you can see, those stake odds coming through, pretty much reset 50-50, and the weekly reload, that $35. How do you get it? Well, 1, deposit $20, 2, use code STAR35, and then you'll enjoy a daily $5 top-up for the next 7 days. There's no grinding, no gimmicks, just a steady reload all week long at stake.
Complete slowdown now for Regain. I think they realize that this can go from a deadlock of a game to a poor half if they're not careful. Crisp has got his trusty AWP now. A chance to flex that down lane here. Nate is there to push him back, but still holding strong, a Regain. Here comes that second volley of utility, though. Smoke out to pressure REKMEISTER off of Arch. And look at this gamble. Chicken Coop now moving a fourth player over to this A side, but it's all a ruse. It's all a gamble that's going to fail. Because Regain now are maneuvering back up through Banana, and Panic is going to have a whole world of hurt on the other end.
Don't worry, Panic gets 3Ks and only 3Ks. So it'll be fine, right? At least for Chicken Coop. See, oh, he's got support now. He's going to move along, take a bit of damage from that Molotov. And now 3 players rotated over for Coop because of how long Regain have taken. Drop's going to get 1, a second for REKMEISTER. Drop goes down, but now Panic gets in on the action. He actually only gets 1 this time. And REKMEISTER's dropped by Dirk. Half health of damage taken. And Jared blindsided by Honest. How is this turned around in Regain's favor? I guess those are the types of rounds we're going to continue getting, though, Paladin, where, like you said, no rhyme or reason. Crisp, A1v2, with an op in hand, not the easiest of tasks under any circumstances.
He's thinking about switching over to a rifle, but maybe he can find one player initially, but nobody's giving him anything, and now Crisp will back away. Honest is trying to hunt him straight away. But he should have him. At least that tag should help. Oh, all right, that should be finishing the job there. Dirk will not continue the chase, and Chris will stay alive as well. But again, as a color commentator, these games make no sense to me, and I'm not really going to bother trying to make sense of it, because this is the kind of CS that comes out when both of these teams are up for elimination. It's scrappy, it's grimy, it's dirty, but it's just, you can't take your eyes away from it. It's like a car crash.
Yeah. You just have to slow down and watch and see what's going on. All right, 12th round of play. Chicken Coop don't have much into this round. Just the op that's saved over and pistol upgrades. Honest already waiting in window. I might have a considerable advantage here. Has to be careful, though. The approach is dangerous. They're trying to bait him out. He gets one, and not the second. REKMEISTER will get an upgrade to an AK. No, he won't! Sasha jumps up with the MAC-10 and sprays him down. 4v3 advantage gain for Regain, and only one player remains at the A site for now. I think Drop wants to, or he's thinking about anyway, coming through Arch to reinforce the bomb site. But Regain have got the firepower advantage by a considerable margin here, Paladin.
All up to Crisp here. Hasn't had the opportunity to really make a name for himself just yet, and Sasha, I mean, his jumping accuracy is just different to other people, I guess. 2 jumping shots and 2 kills. Regain look to claim themselves a 6-6 half here, unless Panic can complete an insane 1-on-3 clutch. And that won't be happening, so we're dead even after an hour of play as we get to the break.
All right, we're back into it here. Deadlocked at 6, as we kind of felt was coming earlier on in the half, and it absolutely did. Just back and forth craziness. Very difficult to predict what can happen from one moment to the next, as you can see an advantage disappear and then vice versa. It's been chaotic here, folks, but both teams are going to play some scrappy CS, it seems, to try and keep their position here. As I should say, try to stay in the lower bracket of StarLadder StarSeries Fall 2026 North American Closed Qualifiers.
It's going to be difficult, but we're straight into a little bit of a tech pause, unfortunately. Feels like it's been miring the series a little bit here. I wonder on which side it's coming from. Either way, hopefully it does not become a bigger issue as we get into the thick of things now. And I can't, like rely on the crutch that the casters love to say of, this pistol means everything, because it's even, man. Yeah, it does not. Yeah. And even if there was a lead, I wouldn't even say that it would matter, because with how some of these rounds have been, anybody can win any round at any time.
It really depends on the way the map is being played out and how the teams are going up against each other. Like, yes, pistol round can be very important, but in this series, I want to say, like, as a whole, not just the map, round to round, it's very unpredictable. And you're going to see ecos, force buys, things of the like, come out and have success on a relatively frequent basis. But yeah, let's go in and see who takes this pistol. Chicken Coop, get the spot. Just a little bit of damage done to Dirk. Gets his toes tickled for 11 HP of damage. Flashbang toss. Coop will take up the space in bracket. Grape. There's a chance for a couple of shots. Can't really connect on much. And Zukar will be the one to get the first on drop. But look at Coop. Like, they're rotating around. They found the space in towards CT spawn. The problem is, this is a huge problem. Crisp has the bomb. And it's lost. You can't make that maneuver without the bomb in your possession and abandon your bomb carrier to his own devices. Oh, man.
My question is why are you taking that duel in the first place? Yeah. What's the point in taking that duel?
Yeah.
You got a goosh. That's all you got, man. I mean, was it worth it? Was it worth it for the 99 damage that you did in that round to just throw it all away? I feel like I've seen Chris make some good moves, some smart, intelligent moves across this tournament, but that's got to be one to forget for sure.
Yeah, and I also feel like it's a miscomm, and the rest of the team deserves just as much blame for that type of situation arising. Like, you just have to go back. All he had to do was fall back and go to the B site. He wasn't committed. He chose to be committed to that fight. So there you go. Well, Regain will take a 7th for themselves. No force buy here for Chicken Coop, but they will bring through a couple of upgraded pistols and the deagles on Jared and Drop. Jared, well, already lost that deagle. Nice clean round for Regain would certainly help settle things down a little bit in this map. And they'll get it.
Chris really wanted that deagle off the ground. I've been there, man. I really have. Well, guns will come out now. And an opportunity for Regain to, as you say, bring normalcy to this map of Inferno. But Lorgar, they're anything but normal. They're fantastic PCs, are the sponsors of this StarLadder StarSeries fall main event. Be sure to stick around for that main event to check those out. As we get stuck back into round number 15. As Chicken Coop look to bounce back now that they have guns out. Back. The T's are... Oh, okay. Oh, alright. Sure. Jumping attempts to capitalize on that dink, but as you found out right there, folks, jumping accuracy is not that good.
If you didn't already know.
Yeah.
Don't jump and shoot unless you got an SMG, then you're okay, or a scout. 103 on the clock. Sasha's gonna toss that smoke out. Coop, hold that bay for now. That's good spam. A little bit of damage done, but Drop gets better spam on the way back. Honest is gone. 5v4 gain for Coop. 47 seconds left though. And they don't really have a path to a bomb site just yet. They're going to readjust the approach and lean towards A instead. But look at the amount of pressure that's being applied by Regain and Bracket. Nice little crossfire as well. Grape's probably going to try to get the focus here so the rifle can do more. And he will get one and a second. Dirk gets the third. Drop finally gets a response, but it's a 3v2. And again, not much control. 20 seconds left. Jared might slip through. He does. Grape gone. Does he expect the second player over at Porch? You might have heard that. Yeah, they definitely heard that. So they know where to look now and take that fight. Bomb's going to get dropped, and Drop is also dropped as Dirk will hit that shot. Jared, the last one standing. 56 HP, excuse me, remains. We'll get that shot. The Sasha flicks around and almost finds Dirk as well. But I think for the first time, we've got a 3-round lead. Regain going to get a 9th.
No way, man. No way we have a 3-round lead. That's unheard of. And now, finally, you got to give credit to Dirk for creating that normalcy. Doing so much work from that boost position and then living afterwards as well. Jumping down into Boiler. Sure, that noise cue has been given over, but it forces Chicken Coop's attention all the way throughout Dirk fighting. And it basically gives him a freebie as well. Plays off of his teammate's death pretty efficiently. And now Regain are firmly in the driver's seat as far as the stake odds are concerned. And of course, if you want to still get involved, that weekly reload of $35 across this coming week, use code STAR35 is still available. Check that out when you guys get that free time. But right now, Regain still look to be as aggressive as ever here on Banana. And Sasha really putting a great map together now.
This is potentially taking an extreme shift away from the direction we were expecting. Okay, here we go. Drop finds the trade out to Honest. Zukar plays anti-flash, and he does get the response onto Drop, so man advantage restored now. Still a lot of time for Coop to work with. The bomb on Crisp's back. He's hoping that this spray will yield something, and it does! How fortunate! Zukar falls. And the numbers are evened out now, greatly increasing their chances of success. Regain are gambling. They're gambling A. But now that they've seen nothing in bracket, with 35 seconds left, they may go in the other direction very quickly. They should. Otherwise, Coop are going to get that 7th. 25 seconds left, but that doesn't really matter because no one here from Regain is able to rebuff them, and this smoke is going to be the clincher for the bomb plant.
You know, on principle, I really don't like how long they're taking here, Chicken
No,
Coop.
I don't either. Yeah.
But it'll still work out here for that bomb plant, and Regain are still gonna have a look in. Nice little spam damage there done on the crisp. And Regain still want to keep looking forward. They don't have the money for this necessarily, so huge risks being taken with the lead that they have. They go charging in at crisp, and they go 1 for 2. Leaves it all up to Dirk, and now what do you do? Switch over to the dual Beretta, sure. I guess you're just gonna try to save at the pew, but that I don't feel like was worth it in any way, John.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. It's a very weird decision. Okay, well, Dirk saves the off and kills everyone. Felt like given the circumstances, I know it's a 3v3 and you're like, oh, even numbers, we've got a good chance, but it wasn't really there. They had to make a long run to get to that bomb site. The guns would have been more important to hang on to and kind of reset for this next round. Now, sure, you save the op and maybe you can get some upgrades around it in terms of pistol upgrades, but you won't be able to get a full investment, which would have been possible if you go for the 3-man save. So, yeah. Anyway, I take it all back. I guess they're going to go for it anyway. They're going to get the 2 M4s, the MP9, and the 5.7, which, I mean, isn't that bad, given the money's not there on the Coop side either. Dirk's going to hit the shot with the op, pulls out the dualies, traded out. Jared finds Honest, and Coop are on their way to an 8th round victory, potentially.
This is what happens. You could have had 3 rifles. You could have had 4 rifles in that situation. But no. Now, you've got to make do with the 5.7, and that could have been a kill, John. That's all I'm going to say about that. Regain now have let this lead slip, and essentially will have to give away the lead as well. It will turn into a 9-9 game. And they're not even going to be able to save the guns. Sasha will try to hold on, but he's down to just 2 HP. Not really an upgrade available onto a MAC-10. And they're breathing down his neck here in Banana as well. So, he's not going to get the chance to save, and Chicken Coop now definitely have themselves that equalizing round in the palm of their hand as well.
I wouldn't count Regain out of this round, though, Paladin. Just the way these swings have happened between the two teams. You never know. You really don't.
I'm saying it, John. I'm saying it.
You're saying it? You're calling it?
I'm calling it.
I think these USPs, this full eco with $0 invested, will win the round. Look, they're going to charge down mid. Let's see. Does it catch him off guard? Yeah, there's one. And Crisp pulls up the Tech 9. He'll get another. And okay, they're fine. I was wrong. Chicken Coop will, in fact, tie it up at 9.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Order.
Now, not necessarily in this game, I'll tell you that much. We've got maybe like 3 rounds of that across this 18 rounds played. Well, someone's going to have to win this game, and someone's going to have to win 8 gaming mice as well. ATK Gear is giving away 8 mice, so click on the banner below and definitely get involved as we inch closer and closer to the end of just map 1, folks. This is the first of potential 3 tonight in the wee hours of the night here on the StarLadder secondary stream.
Flashbang getting it. Yep.
Go ahead.
I was just
Go ahead.
going to say Flashbang getting tossed there, and Regain are trying to get a little bit aggressive towards Banana, but not really. Like, they throw the util and they're like, okay, let's back off. And Coop's like, okay, we're going to wait too. So, the typical Inferno standstill coming to fruition. Nade's going to get tossed, and a lot of util being committed towards A here by Coop. This is all a ruse. This is the fake right now. Trying to bait Regain into rotating towards the A site and keep these players on the scene. A kill would do even more to sell this. I guess, excuse me, I take it back. I thought it was a fake. And then all of a sudden they make the decision with 35 seconds left. They're like, oh wait, we don't have time. We just got to commit. And they will do that.
You gotta go.
Toss. This is really slow. Yeah.
Well, they still found the entry, which is nice, and they've sussed out where Dirk has gone off to. But at this point, they've just got to find a way to get into the site. They've still got to deal with so many of these players, and they've just taken way too much time. Crisp and Drop now have to do it all on their own, and somehow they do. There is enough time to plant this bomb and plant it safely. Drop now trying to defend his bomb carrier as it hits Dirt, and they do manage to get it down in time. Now it's time to deal with this post plant as Drop finds another. It's all on a Crisp with a one-on-one. He misses yet another shot, for the Tech 9 connects. Chicken Coop break the deadlock and take the lead at the 11th hour.
I don't know how to break that down. I'm going to be honest. It's just absolute pandemonium on that A site. As, you know, it feels like it's going to go one way and then it gets pulled in the other direction by Chicken Coop. I don't know that they deserve to win that round, if I'm being honest.
No.
They took way too long. The setup was late. They get to the A site with like 11 seconds left, and then they get 2 kills that, in a 4v2, that honestly shouldn't have happened. So, it is what it is. 10-9 in favor of Chicken Coop. Credit to them. But Regain still have a chance to get back into it. Here, money's not going to be good enough for them to justify the force buy, so they're going to go to pistols and an MP9.
You've seen these buys be successful too, though, John. That's for sure.
Yep.
Aggression here from Grape into the apartments. A little bit of a setup alongside Honest. It's been a very capable setup, mind you. Here comes that silent boost in for REKMEISTER. As they disassemble, an opportunity for the young gun to maybe capitalize upon this. At the doorway. Smoke will be tossed in. Molly is good, and Honest will win out that duel. Looking for the upgrade as well. Will get it. And with that apartment setup, they don't want anything to do with that. They'll move back into B, but this is where Regain have created the honeypot, so to speak. A third player has arrived, and now a 4th incoming as well. 30 seconds left on the clock. Again, Chicken Coop are letting it come down to the last moments of the round, and I don't think that this time they should be able to get out alive.
No, I really don't feel like they will either, but maybe they'll manage to do it just because. And it seems like that could happen,
Wow,
and it does!
Oh my god.
3v2, yeah, I don't know. The clock management is a little bit questionable, but they keep making it work, at least so far. This one's not over just yet. Honest with the AKs coming through. Oh, wow. Whoa. What a time to come through with an op shot like that from Crisp. Grape the last one standing, and despite the limitations in terms of hardware, Regain are making this one look interesting. Grape, another headshot. He's going to keep hunting. Why not? You're on an eco anyway. Try to make it as punishing as possible here for Chicken Coop, even though they are going to take the round.
Certainly so. Grape finds another. And one body shot will do against Crisp, and he'll find it. Great work from him, but he will go down to the bomb, unfortunately. All those rebuys will have to come through, though. And Chicken Coop now just want to get it over the line somehow. They don't care about how many bodies are hitting the floor in these lost rounds. They're still finding ways to chain it together, no matter what the issue is concerning their time. But the odds certainly are in their favor with a 1.28 on their side. If you want to get involved with the tail end of this map, a weekly reload of $35 is still available with code STAR35. So if you want to get involved, head over to Stake and use that promo code.
shot for Dirk. Panic falls. Dirk gets a second. They just keep walking into him, and they don't know there's a player copy. So this is going to be a regain round. No chance at all. There you go. Completely overlooked the angle. And Grape finds himself a 2K. Nice little sequence from Dirk, and regain are just like that. Right back into it. 10th round found. Chicken Coop, money's still good enough. They'll be able to get an investment here. But look at this. I mean, unable to isolate. They've got the utility, you've got the money, and yet you're not doing the job of making that opper's life difficult. If you're going to give an opper that many chances, you're going to suffer.
No flashes, no spacing.
Yep. Nothing
to really jostle the aim of Dirk there. And that's something that you hop in a refrag, you hop in a deathmatch server, you're doing that in your sleep if you are an opper at this level of the game. There's got to just be a couple more steps if you want to be that aggressive on brackets. And, I admire the attempt to be that aggressive on that side of the map. They haven't done that all that often, at least skipping a phase in their default. But there's got to be some rhyme or reason to it. There's got to be some support in that regard. You can't just let your entry fraggers run into a brick wall like that. And they suffer some significant consequences because of it. Now, what do you really do if you are Chicken Coop? Because it just feels like you're in this limbo phase of buying and saving, and this time around they're going to have to just make do with these Tech 9s.
Could still work. Could still work. They're going to go for that fast play up banana. You have to be careful of Utah, and there's a lot of it coming their way. Damage to do a ton. They lose a body. And now the spray down from Sasha. Chicken Coop have got nothing into this round. Okay, hold on a moment. I might have to eat my words there. Crisp and Drop simultaneously get a couple, but then another nade comes in. Second nade frag of the round for regain, and Crisp might get a bomb plant, but he's probably dead. And indeed, he is. At least some money gained for Chicken Coop on their eco round, but we are knotted up at 11, and we're going the full 24.
I can't lie, John. This feels like overtime written all over it. I hate to say it. And, if you're a Chicken Coop fan, you can do... I mean, both of these... being a fan of either one of these teams has to be just, like, gut punch after gut punch, where you feel like, hey, we're going to pull it off now. We're pulling away. We've got a 3-round buffer. We should be able to do it. And then another poor decision is made, and a lead is squandered. And this has just happened about 3 or 4 times on both sides. But we're going to have to get a victor at some point, John. There has to be a deadlock broken. And we'll at least get to see who gets map point first in round number 23.
I was going to say, when are we going to get a winner is the question, right? Do we get regulation, or are we going to head for overtime? And, I mean, the biggest lead belonged to Regain, right? They won the pistol, they converted off of it 9-6, but we mentioned earlier, winning pistol in this type of match doesn't really mean much, and it turns out that it didn't. Chicken Coop then had the 11-9 lead. That's gone. So you're right. Both teams unable to hang on to the advantages that they're gaining. And Incendiary is going to go out. Smoke as well. That's for Banana. Chicken Coop aren't going to work there. They're going to go back towards this A site. Regain are sending the majority of their forces to B. So if Chicken Coop go for a fast execute, which they really haven't, they might have an advantage walking in towards this A site. But the slow play will continue. You'd think they'd want to throw a change-up pitch eventually, but the only time they did was when they had the eco, which was... there wasn't much behind it, of course.
And now see what that's done. I mean, it allows for Sasha to play over here, but now he's between two mines now that moto smoke is up. Here comes that reuse of that utility, and here comes the hit as well. Sasha is nowhere to be found in the action. It's REKMEISTER to come in with that flank, and the sight hit itself is flawless. Finally, we get a save out of Regain, and they will have another buy to defend against map point, but that was sublime there from Chicken Coop. Even though it was as telegraphed as it was, when the sight hit is as that good, it's always going to come out a T-sided round.
That's the best one we've seen in this map, I think. Very
both
convincing.
Sides.
Yes, exactly. All right. Well, like that, and Chicken Coop won't have to worry about overtime. Zukar and Dark. Zukar won't be able to save that, and Dirk won't be able to keep his op either. However, there's plenty of money. They'll be fine. They have a full buy in the tank no matter what. Maybe Sasha needs a drop, but Grape's good for it. You don't need to keep that MP9, Sasha. If you... No, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Drop the gun, please. Sasha deserves to have a rifle. There we go. I was like, there's no way they're not going to drop for him, as we're going to check out the headshot percentage. Zukar and Honest, 73 and 78%. That is actually really, really good.
Yep. Those are the guys that you want up there, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Zukar still having to battle back as far as the scoreline is concerned, though. Has been powering up slowly but surely, but is it too little too late is a real question. Chicken Coop with that one opportunity to shut this down in regulation. Put all this chaos behind us, John.
Mm-hmm. And show that they can still win without MDS.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of heavy lifting done by, I want to say, REKMEISTER here in this one.
Oh, he hit that.
He did. 5v4 for regain. You can't...
oh man.
Sorry. I gotta collect myself here.
Yeah, I mean, they're just every time they've been coming out in dark. Oh god. Yeah. All right. Well, we will see you in extra innings here. REKMEISTER now having a 1-on-5 with every CT now swarming this bomb site. Have his hand here. Just a matter of time. And sure, yeah, okay. There's one. And that's all she wrote. We do have overtime, as I kind of alluded to. And this chaos will continue reigning supreme for just a little bit longer.
Wow. It's just like, after their best round of the map, I want to say, that's the next one after it. So it's just, it's strange. Everything went wrong, and a lot of poor decision making, I want to say. Going for a dry fight against the Opper, not even flashing, not disrupting again, and then the TK comes through. Just a comedy of errors for Chicken Coop. As we, I guess, stumble into overtime would be the right word. Drop, we'll get one, and then Sasha's nade will get the immediate trade. REKMEISTER finds Honest, and we have a 4v3 in favor of Chicken Coop.
We're on 3 indeed. Now, this B bomb side is wide open. Like, there's no utility being dropped. There's no sound cue being given over. They can execute on the B bomb side, but they've taken absolutely forever. And now there's a flank brewing between Grape and his teammate right behind him in Sasha. He should have a couple of kills dead to rights. That's the Opera of Chris down for the count. And they've just got to surge forward and worry about Banana later. But it's not going to happen. They've got to worry about it here and now. Sasha gets one straight through the smoke. And a 2v3 for Chicken Coop to battle back from.
Yep. They just might. Impossible to call a winner here in any round. REKMEISTER gets one. Grape finds the follow-up. Jared. Is he going to get the 1v2 clutch? There's the first. And not the second. Trades are good across the board, and Regain can celebrate a 13th round victory, the first one of this overtime.
Some semblance of normalcy, I suppose. As Regain now getting a little bit more of a foothold here in overtime. Granted, having been gifted a couple of rounds here on this comeback, seizing the day and having the opportunity to maybe hold on for just a little bit longer. Five rifles now for Chicken Coop here. And a quick shout out to Lorgar for the tournament PCs that they're sponsoring. To get back into the action, Zukar and Honest going balls to the wall here on alt mid and coming out on top with a 2-for-1.
Oh, third. Drop eats the nade. Panic by his side, and Panic will get Honest. He'll spray through the smoke, maybe a second one. At this point, anything's possible, Paladin.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
A 4v2 down to a 3v2 and almost even numbers off of Panic's second spray through that smoke. But, you know, a lot of time left as well. Chicken Coop have abandoned the slow play, it seems, in overtime. And Drop manages to get Sasha before he's traded by Zukar. Panic still has the bomb, 45 HP, and a full belt of utility to work with. He's looking for a fight. Goes out immediately. And wins it.
My God.
Zukar gone, yep. Two-man advantage, nullified by Regain, and there is Dirk coming out. Smoke is not good. Huge gap in it. But Dirk with the pistol instead of the op misses the shot and gets blindsided by Panic. 4v2? No problem. Chicken Coop come back and Panic gets another 3K, his third of the map.
Sure, John. You can tell whatever stat you want to me, and I'll agree with you. You can make it all up, and I'd agree with you.
Well, it's true. But yeah,
No, you're right. You're right. You're 100% right. It's just
I get you.
none of these numbers make sense. None of these rounds make sense. Neither of these two teams know how to play Inferno. But hey, at the end of the day, Regain picked into it, and they're gonna hope that they can try to see if they can claim this. I mean, you can tell that there's just issues across the map for both sides.
Yeah, I can understand it for Coop because MDS isn't here, right? Like,
Yeah,
I get it,
yeah.
but for Regain, there's no excuse.
Chicken Coop clearly want to up the tempo here. And instant A execution, or B execution rather, but met with the retake utility on the other side.
So quiet.
Yeah,
They're all
absolutely
just
no noise.
still as statues. All right, there we go. The noise ended with a deafening roar from the AK bullets of REKMEISTER's gun. 5v4, just like that, however. 30 seconds left. You gotta go, and this time they will go immediately. Sasha's isolated, and this has to be a bomb plant. I want to say, Paladin, that this needs to be a Chicken Coop round victory with 5 players alive in the post plant and the man advantage gain, along with damage done to Sasha. That would be the logical result.
There is no logic to this game. Come on now. Here comes the flash coming into the B side, and Sasha finds one. The trades are available. They keep going favorably for the T side. Should still be that Chicken Coop round. But here comes Dirk on the other side of things. Dink up for Jared, and now the time has elapsed. Surely it's all done now. Now it's all just stat padding. Really? Oh, that would have been lovely to just see that shot connect, honestly. But Chicken Coop will get the slight lead moving into half number 2. And we'll have an opportunity to potentially close this out in OT number 1.
Do Chicken Coop have what it takes to seize this map by the horns and steer it towards victory? Or can Regain recover, as they've been doing time and time again throughout this map, to either take it in this overtime or push it to a second if they need to? It all depends on what happens here, I think. As Chicken Coop would love to see a 15 for themselves. Crisp, happy to be back on the CT side with that AWP. And we saw Panic do some of his best work in the early parts of that first half on CT side, holding down the fort at the B site.
Well, Zukar now tasked with figuring this out. Drop now. Tossing that incendiary, but here comes a hit. Panic's got to take that first attempt, and he gets the kill that he was looking for. Drop spraying through the smoke, gets 2 more, and that should be it. You'd like to think Sasha does burn out Panic eventually. Still in a 2-on-4. Crazier things have happened in this map, but still smoked off. 40 seconds left on the clock. Eventually, Regain have to either double back to A, or they've got to fight forward. In any case, it's a tough ask.
Nothing easy. There's the op. Misses the shot. Okay.
Oh, no.
B-site defender isolated. The path open for Regain, but Sasha will eventually be felled by Drop, and Honest can't do anything either. Crisp and Drop supporting each other well, and Chicken Coop do indeed get a third in a row, and they have 2 opportunities to close this map out.
It feels like the end of the line at this point, John, at least temporarily, because Chicken Coop have found some sort of semblance of stability here. At the end of the day, if they're able to get to 16 first, go up a map off of their opponent's map pick, they have Dust2 waiting in the wings. I think they'll be grinning from ear to ear with that possibility, regardless of how disgusting it has been to try and claw this map victory.
All right. Regain. Moving in towards the B site. Panic's playing it.
What? Now that's just comedy. Oh my goodness. You can't have a player playing anti and another player not looking at anything. That's not a setup. No. No.
That's not. That shouldn't happen. That shouldn't happen, but it did. So here we are. Regain gonna get a 14th, and Chicken Coop are saving in overtime as well. So this is, well, okay, the AK makes sense. I understand that for Jared. You want to keep that safe, but anyway, we go on. Let's try and put that one in the back of our minds here as we head into round number 30. Some defensive lapses, let's say, on both sides. Wow.
Yeah, I think that's the very nice way to put it. You're a nicer man than I, John. But hey, there's still one more match point, or map point rather. Sorry, I can't say match because we've still got potentially 2 more.
It feels like we've been here a while.
It does feel like we've been through a whole, Odyssey-like epic here with this first map. But there's still a lot to go. This T side looking to find double OT. We're going aggressive, but max damage hitting onto Zukar. It's a nice way to start off the proceedings here for this CT side. It goes back the other way, though, and now it's Panic's turn to face the brunt of damage. But it's all a ruse. Regain showcase a little bit of car presence and decide to maneuver back over to mid, to brackets. But the AWP isn't stationed here. Crisp has fallen all the way back to Arch. It's really only REKMEISTER that can get that initial information. This site does not look well equipped to deal with this, but that nade to kick open the smoke is fantastic. Grape with the highest fragger for Regain hits the deck. And now in a 4-on-5, Regain are tasked with breaching this A bomb site.
taking a lot of damage. Oh my goodness, that nade almost gets 2 for 1. Dirk and Zukar survive, but just barely with 8 HP combined. Coop watching the seconds tick away on that clock. 33 remains. Zukar gets 1, but Panic and Chris strike back for 2. It could finally be over here on Inferno, but Honest has other plans. Headshot found onto Jared. 23 seconds left. They've got to find a way to this bomb site. Can they even get there and survive is the question.
Oh,
okay,
no.
Panic's gone. REKMEISTER's still alive on the site. They have to take the fight now. 10 seconds left.
No
They
way!
get him! The bomb's gonna be planted here! This could be double OT! It was a massive advantage for Chicken Coop, but believe it or not, I guess you kind of have to believe it.
Oh my
We are headed
God.
into double overtime. What a
Oh my
collapse again here on the defense. Oh, goodness me.
Well, oh my God. Oh no. Oh. I mean, REKMEISTER is able to get onto the site. That should be round done. I don't know how Honest does it. I mean, even the ops team doesn't understand how that's possible. They're looking at the other round securing kill on the other side of the map, which I completely understand. Hey, I have my hands up and I say, yeah, the game's over. The game is over at that point.
I knew it wasn't. I knew it. I just knew.
Yeah, you know
I
what?
felt it
Yeah.
in my bones. I'm like, this is coming. It's happening. Because it happened
Oh
so
my
many
God.
rounds before
I
this.
feel like every 2v4 is like the one round for the team with 2 players alive. I don't
You're kinda right.
like,
It does
I
feel
don't
that
know
way.
how that works, but that's how it works, I guess. Oh God. Well,
Yeah,
the epic has more chapters, John.
yeah, it does. For better or worse.
It doesn't sound like you're very happy that there's extra chapters.
No, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. I'm just trying to wrap my head around what we witnessed there. And I just, it was pretty much a 5v2. It wasn't a 5v2 because there was a frag that came through in the mix of all of that madness. But once Honest gets that kill, you know exactly where they are. So I just don't understand how you end up in a position with Dirk, by the way, at 1 HP. Dirk had 1 point of health. He was just had to blow on him and he's dead, you know? And it doesn't happen. And they lose the round. I cannot understand that. I mean, credit to Honest, right, for doing a great job, but
You know, positionally, that just should never happen. It should never happen.
That's the point.
Yeah, like you can't even give an opportunity to this guy to have a moment like that. But we're back into the action. A, he's got a smoke out. All right, you're in front of half wall and your teammate's mollied out, and you've got a smoke out in your hands. B bomb site has fallen, and it is a 2-on-4. So hey, Chicken Coop might have a shot at this point.
Stop it.
No. I'm joking.
Oh my God. Look, REKMEISTER's all the way towards the A site.
Whoa!
What? REKMEISTER gets grave. Hold on a second. I think we found the formula. I think you have to be down 2 men. No, they haven't won yet. And the bomb's ticking away. Let's wait. REKMEISTER. Oh, Chris finds Dirk. Last one standing is Zukar. There is absolutely no chance. There's no shot. Chris
They know.
gonna come around. They know where he is. And Chris gets him. Does he have time to defusal? Can he find the bomb? Yes, he can. He's got this. They win the 2v4. 16-15 for Chicken Coop.
You know, if I woke you up from like a deep
I was
sleep,
gonna
right, and I
say.
told you, hey, this is like the sequence of events that happened in this game of Counter-Strike, you'd say, oh yeah, I was dreaming, right?
Yeah.
And then the guy awake says, no, this actually happened.
It feels like a fever dream. It really does. Like, is this real? Right? It's
Oh
just
my God.
absolute pandemonium. I mean, REKMEISTER's on the other side of the map. He's on the other side. He's taking a fight down there, and then he makes his way back towards the B site after winning that fight. Chris gets a ridiculous shot through the smoke, like sheer luck. And after that, Regan can't hang on. I'm gonna lose my voice.
2v4 retake on B, guys. You guys seen that? You don't get this in EU. I'll tell you that much for free.
No.
Panic with the 2K. Great trade from him. A nice ticking of the Molotov, but it doesn't matter. Zukar is just red-eyed now. Wants to charge into this B bomb site. It puts it all on Dirk. Or Drop, rather. And he's completely blinded. Completely blinded. But we know man advantages mean nothing in this game, and REKMEISTER and Panic will have a look-see here. Oh, and Dirk just lives. And Panic will finish it off. Zukar actually goes down. Nade is alright, but REKMEISTER goes down and finally establish a bit of normalcy.
Man. I mean, a little bit, I suppose. As we go back and forth here in double overtime. I mean, it was an advantage for Coop, technically, at the beginning of this round with that 2K. And once more, as you alluded to, and as we've been saying, the man advantages just aren't yielding the results you expect them to. Molotov's going to get tossed down towards top banana. Crisp has the nade ready to be fired along there, down banana, and he will do exactly that to break open the smoke, in fact, and they don't see anyone, so you bump into each other, guys. Be careful on your spacing. Nade goes out and gets dropped down to below half health.
How do you decide a winner, man? How? Incendiary up into the apartments. And it does dissuade both Honest and Grape away from this A bomb site, but they're still encroaching. They're coming in from a different avenue, though. Through Arch and through Lane. Crisp is tasked with holding down the Arch side of things. Head-to-head standstill with Dirk here. Smoke up, and Zukar's trying really hard to sell this over on B, but that actually leans Crisp into trying to get some information, and he goes down to Dirk. Now, this A-bomb site really under threat now. And sure, the CT side is charging down banana, but both REKMEISTER and Jared are going to have a world of hurt around the other corner. 30 seconds left on the clock. They've got to pull the ripcord now and got to go in, but Jared and REKMEISTER hold strong for just a moment longer. 3 kills found between the two of them, and a man disadvantage here for Regain as they try to get this bomb down.
They shouldn't be able to plant, and they are. I mean, there's 3 players hovering around. Jared does get great. Dirk finds one, swings around. PJ gets the out and gets the second. This is a 1v3. Panic will end it with the headshot. Oh my goodness. You never know in this series, and this map in particular, but Chicken Coop will take another lead into the second half of double overtime this time.
Goodness gracious. Dirk was about to have me out of my seat, John. I was this close. I was this close.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, well. Regain. Get real close to that 17th, but it'll be Chicken Coop that comes out on top. Credit to Panic in the one-on-one. Anything but his moniker. And now, 2 rounds away are Chicken Coop from finishing this off in double OT, but those 2 rounds feel like a mile away right now.
Feels like they'll need a little bit of luck, honestly.
Yeah, I know. I'm completely right.
That's how it is in this one. Like, just something fortunate has to swing one of these teams' ways for it to end. Smoke's going to get tossed out here for the cross to the B site. But Coop are not committing. They're back to this slower play. PC utility spent by Regain. But in the meantime, Coop are actually not going to commit to banana just yet. They want to see what's going on in bracket, which they're not going to see much of anything. Regain have been super passive on some of these holds, but 4 players rotating to A. If Coop go back to B right now, then they'll have a free, almost free bomb site, right? You just have Zukar to deal with, and after that, nothing.
Oh, Re-aggression there from Honest. Gets a lot of information there for Regain. And now they're sending 2 more players over. But I think this has been heard all the way through the Speedway. 30 seconds left on the clock. Now Jared has an opportunity at a freebie, you'd think, but Dirk turns around. It's all over the shop for Coop. They've run out of time. They've run out of what they wanted to do. And this round is over. Regain have 17. Book it. Just book it.
Don't book it yet. Don't book it yet. Hold on. 13 seconds left. Zukar gonna get crisp. Okay, now you can. REKMEISTER drop. Go down. 17-17. It's just that we've seen these last second crazy rounds go through. I wanted to make sure there, Paladin, before we thought it was signed, sealed, and delivered. But yeah, we will be tied up at 17 apiece, which means there'll only be 1 map point available in the second overtime. The question is, for who?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, someone's got to win. Someone has got to win, John. That's all I know. Chicken Coop now looking for some mid-space. Definitely get it, but that nade looks nice, and it definitely does a good amount of damage. But Chicken Coop are unrelenting. They'll go through their own smoke. They try to catch players off in the fade, and Dirk and Grape are there to chime in with 1 apiece. That nade will do even more damage to Panic, as he's sub 20 HP. That attempt to catch these CTs off guard here is not to be, but Jared still fighting tooth and nail. Grape gets back into the site. Same goes for Dirk. Just these 2 players here on A, so they're not out of the woods just yet.
Man advantage could easily disappear here, as we've seen time and time again. Dirk. That's a spot, though. And he'll hit the shot. Jared gone. Regain trying to lock away another round. The drop is here to get Dirk. Panic on the other side. Throws the smoke up. The Molotov as well. It's going to do a decent amount of damage, but it won't matter because Grape pulls out the pistol to cap off what is a 3K in this round for him. 18-17, and Grape, by the way, at 35 frags, and so is Dirk. I mean, throughout all this chaos, they've managed to achieve some pretty impressive stats, but, I mean, the match hasn't necessarily been impressive itself with the scrappy counter-strike that we've been seeing, but it would be nice for them to cap it off with a clean 3 rounds in a row, right?
This is the best opportunity to get those 3 rounds in a row. Crisp is on a Tech 9. REKMEISTER has run out of utility instantly, and Dirk is trying to play aggressive. This is insane. This is absolutely insane to go for such a maneuver this early on in the round, and Crisp has found one through the Tech 9. He absolutely has. Now Sasha's got to be up to bat. Smoke up in his face. Molly now dropped at his feet as well. Panic goes down, and now he's going to just go swinging for his fences, spraying all across the shop. Honest has got to make his moment count, but REKMEISTER does one better. It's a 1-on-2 needed from Grape. If you want to talk about impact, you've got to find it now.
Yeah, you do. He's got the nade. REKMEISTER's down to 19 HP. The question is, does this nade get thrown at all? Smoke has faded. They spotted him. They're both in the same angle. Tosses the incendiary. I mean, Grape, I don't know if he's off. Man, he doesn't throw the nade in the right spot. They're both in the same angle. Coop waiting, watching, and he doesn't check it. Alrighty. Triple overtime here on Inferno.
All right. Okay. We will still say that there is a winner that has to be given this map. I don't know when that will be. I don't know how it'll be. But there will be a winner. Just not yet. If you don't laugh, you'll cry. If you don't laugh, you'll cry.
Yep.
That was it. Regain had everything in the palm of their hands. One bullet away from taking down REKMEISTER and having a favorable clutch. Crisp on a Tech 9, and it all comes down to Dirk, really. If you have to point a finger, you gotta point it at him. There was no flash support, a molly at his feet, and still headstrong and wanting to fight at Carr there. This time around, though, trying to rectify himself. One, but the trades decide to go Chicken Coop's way. Sasha will find a straggling T there. Significant damage to drop. Still a 2-on-2 after all is said and done.
Zukar gonna find drop. Panic, the last one standing. 32 HP, 1v2. He's got a dream. His dream features 2 kills without needing the flashbang at all. He's waiting. There's the first, doesn't get the second. Defusal will come through. His dream turns to a nightmare. As Zukar will get the 19th. Would have been great for Regain to find that in the previous half of play. But that's just how the cookie crumbles.
Oh, man. Nip Amkal, eat your heart out.
I knew that reference was going to come. Like I could feel
it
it
had
a mile
to. Look,
away.
I wanted to hold it. But we're at that point. I feel like I've earned the right to say that at this point.
Very fair. Very fair. Oh, man. Round number 38 here.
I didn't know we could count that high.
We can.
We can count even more. Zukar.
We can.
Get one. Get ones. But goes down right after that one. Sasha again will have to fight back somehow, some way. That smoke has a gap in it. So, it's not the perfect smoke that they were looking for. And now, we look towards... I'm not really sure. It's a standstill, really, considering this A play, considering this B play as well. And... now they're going back to spawn for a sec. They got the bomb, though. I'm not really sure if they know where they want to end up, to be completely honest, at this point.
43 seconds left. There we go. They figured it out, maybe. Well, Panic gets one and gets traded out. That was just a lurk. And Dirk will find Jared. 32 seconds left now. Grape gets the headshot on REKMEISTER. What do you got? Drop 25 HP in a 1v3 clutch? No! Dirk puts him down to dirt. 2K there. Regain have got a 20-18 lead, looking for the first clean sweep in a half of overtime.
Okay. Okay, sure. Sure. I've played these games before. Regain okay, well, this time around, Crisp does have enough money for an AK, so it's not as bad of a buy as the previous opportunity to close it out. But hey, Dirk is still going to be as aggressive as ever. Regardless of how that last round ended, still wants to play as aggressive as ever. Move back over to Arch side, then Banana will be the name of the game here for Chicken Coop. And still just a complete slowdown. Nobody wanting to give away an inch, but Zukar will just find one straight through the smoke.
Like I said, something fortunate needs to happen. I'll swing this match in one team's direction. That may have been it. 5v3 gained for Regain off the smoke spam. 54 seconds left. You don't have the luxury of waiting down to the last few seconds here if you're Coop, because you don't have the manpower, nor really the utility, I want to argue, to make this one work. Jared lurking his way into the apartments. They're stalled out in bracket. Eventually have to make a move. Here they come. Nice little swing from Jared, but Honest and Dirk will shut it down. Dirk with 2. a clean sweep finally comes through for one of these teams. It's going to be Regain with 3 opportunities to close this out in triple overtime.
Doesn't matter how you do it, John. If you do it, I think we'll all be happy. I'm not saying. Chicken Coop will not be happy. Those 5 people will not be happy. I can say that much for sure.
Yes. They will be upset with themselves. And they had the opportunities. They had the chances and the map points available.
Oh, so
here.
many chances.
I mean, like, there's no arguments to be made there. They're the orchestrators of their own demise. As Regain just have to make it work on the G side. That is a juicy nade that's tossed forward. Drop down to 42. Dirk gonna fire a shot in the dark. He's gonna follow up with Zukar. Bomb should be corralled here and brought towards top banana. There's an opener from Dirk. He has really stepped up here. 40-second frag coming through on his side. Now you just gotta simplify things every Regain. Just go B, execute on forward, panic, under pressure, and they just don't want to. They just don't want to. I don't know why. That's it. You're overthinking it at this point.
I mean, you see the amount of panic utility being thrown out into the banana side of things. That should be every bit of a signal to tell you that this is the only player that is in this situation. And look what that's done. As they try to move back into A, so many parts of the map that they've got to re-clear, and it's given a chance to REKMEISTER. Luckily, he's only relegated to 1. It means that Jared has now got to essentially put on a 1v4 clinic here. He finds the first, finds a way to segment another one-on-one, but it's only the singular kill. Grape finds his 38th kill of this map of Inferno. And now in the 2-on-3, Crisp and Panic have to pull off a little bit more magic if they want to stay alive here in map number 1.
Well, I mean, Dirk's been so solid and he continues to do so. Nice shot hit against Panic. Chris the last one. And Dirk going for no scopes, goes for the knife. It would be to finish things. And he gets the no scope at the end. Dirk with 44 kills becomes the star of triple overtime. And this one is finally over. Regain will take their map pick.
Wow. Wow. I mean, sure.
Who didn't necessarily have the best match of play in terms of that previous map, but also a player to keep an eye out for. I mean, if you look at the stats, he's sitting at a 1.14 rating over the last 3 months coming into this series, and honest as well. We saw moments from him that were impressive, but he's at a 1.3 rating on the squad. So certainly there are other pieces that can activate here for Regain as we head to Dust2 to see what it will deliver for us.
Well then, decided start here for Chicken Coop. I'm sure in their mind they'll be happy to at least be able to set the tempo to start things off here. Regain, two sets of dual Berettas. Still got that smoke kit as well on Dirk, so most bad situations are still doable. Aggression here from Regain. Pushing up through mid. Grape. Shoulder might have been spotted there by Crisp. That flash is nice in theory, but it does blind up Zukar. Luckily, there was nobody home, so it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme. But it's this B bomb site that Chicken Coop has their eyes set on. It's a retake setup almost.
Grape's gonna get the opener onto Crisp. Zukar, ooh, a little messy on that, but yeah, retake setup onto the B site. Chicken Coop are gonna plant this bomb. Sasha looking in towards window, drop, playing with fire, but he survives, and now I think Sasha's overcommitting. He still gets the kill, but Panic's gonna get a couple back, and we're ending up at a 2v2, somehow in a 2v1. Honest pops up for 3. We talked about the potential for Honest to come through with some big plays, and here he goes, celebrating his 3K and the defusal.
I mean, again, I guess we're gonna continue that through line of man advantages mean nothing, and it doesn't even mean anything even on the B bomb site of Dust2, John. And the fact that is the case boggles the mind. And of course, we did also have the B-side Inferno retakes as well. So, you know what? Actually, I shouldn't be that surprised.
You're right. Yeah. That is pistol round though, so it's like a little more feasible to get
Right,
those
yeah,
retakes on
for
the B
sure,
site. So
for
that is, you know, worth noting. But still, I see what you're saying.
And you gotta understand, like, how many of these rounds can Chicken Coop feasibly sustain without mentally collapsing? This is really gonna put pressure on that side of their game, more than the mechanics and more than anything else. We've gotten out of the long side now. 4 players here trying to bear down on this A site. Stall smoke out from Sasha though. Just put a wrench in the works. I'm trying to reclaim Cat in the meantime, and Drop does find one. Gets a lot of information on more players. Wow, just dry peek there from Sasha to find one, but again, an instant trade out from REKMEISTER. They're gonna try to find a way to bully into this A bomb site. You got a player up on Nubox here and Honest. That's plenty of work before. That Molly is great and actually allows for Panic to show his head. I'm still not confirmed to hit the dirt. So REKMEISTER will still keep dueling. He'll take down Honest in the meantime. That smoke having faded, Jared is going to have to stand and deliver with this deagle. And no incendiaries to stop this plan at this point. So it's just going to have to be down to that A. REKMEISTER gives a little bit of face there. Doesn't go down just yet, but Grape finds a necessary kill. Puts all the pressure now on REKMEISTER, and REKMEISTER can't divvy up the one-on-ones. Grape continuing that great form off of Inferno into this second map of play.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic stuff from him. And then in the previous one, it was Honest. They got that 4K, or 3K, but either way, it is going to be Regain who take the anti-force buy. A bomb plant gain for Chicken Coop at the very least, so that'll help build up their money. I doubt they'll force up again, though. It's probably just going to be that scout and some upgraded pistols. Also, guys, don't forget that if you want to get an awesome PC, check out Lorgar, because they're the ones who are providing some excellent computers for the StarLadder StarSeries Fall 2026 main event. A huge thank you to them for ensuring that all players that make it to that main event are going to have top-notch FPS.
Oh, Grape finds a key kill over there on the B side of things. Now, Honest, it's his time to get to work. Really trying to flex his muscles here. Oh, a little bit of a tap there on top of Catwalk. I don't know how he got that kill, but still, a triple for him now. And Dirk with the wide swing. Dirk and Honest want to take this map by the horns. This 3-0 start.
Wow. That's the most convincing play we've seen for some time. And if you go back to the previous map, that's 7 rounds in a row now for Regain. Perhaps they're the team that will pull ahead and end the madness that we've been watching so far. But can't speak too soon. Guns are out for Coop. AKs for everyone. He's going to control pretty fast. Zukar, oh my goodness. Crazy, man, but Honest will get a 2K towards lower. Drop trades him out immediately. Nade goes out, does a little bit of damage to Grape, and Dirk, well, he will strike on Drop through the smoke. 3v2, Crisp. Leaning towards Cat. Panic still over and lower. I think Panic just wants to see what's going on towards upper tunnels. I'm not sure they're committed in either direction just yet, but with Panic moving away from B entirely, it feels like his approach will either be towards long, or he's just going to try and group up on Cat with Crisp. In the meantime, Regain are thinking about getting aggressive into Longhouse, I believe. Yeah, that is the case. Panic can catch ahead here. He doesn't. Sasha will get that frag, and Crisp is the last one available. Molly lands right at his feet, but what a shot! That's actually a ridiculous kill that Crisp gets, and will secure a bomb plant at the very least and set him up for a clutch.
Ooh, he's got a 1v1 here with Grape, and he finds the kill just in the nick of time. But he's thinking that Sasha's going to be coming in for the long play, which is totally okay to think about. But Sasha's made the route all the way back up through long, and now the sound queue has to be given over. Crisp knows that Sasha's coming from this side of the map. He does have the opportunity to stick this defuse, but the new box is still available. He can always vault up, and he's thinking about it. Hasn't done it just yet. Finally shows his head, and finally gets the clutch for Sasha. Big work there, and he just has enough time to keep this clean sheet alive.
That takes so much patience from Sasha. I'm impressed that he's able to wait that long and find that kill and get the defusal afterwards and not think, okay, I just got to try to stick this through a flashbang and hope for the best. Nope. Plays it perfectly. Great effort by Chris. I mean, that shot's crazy, and this is a nice read on his part. But right here is the winning move. 4-0 for Regain. That's the only time we've seen a 4-round lead, isn't it?
Actually it is.
Aside from the win that they got on map 1, which gave them 4 rounds, that's wild. And what else is wild is you can get a weekly reload of $35 on stake when you deposit $20 and use code STAR35. You'll get that $35 by enjoying a daily $5 top-up for 7 days straight. There's no grinding, no gimmicks, just a steady reload all week long at stake. All right, 5th round underway. Pressure's on for Chicken Coop. Trying to find an answer here on Dust2, which is their map pick.
Nice kill there from Zukar. Finishes the job through the smoke. Or sorry, through the doors, rather. Looking for even more. He spots out another head, so that is calmed over. That cat control has been established. Dirk now primed and ready to actually deal with this if they do want to come through. And Honest, meanwhile, is also coming to assist in this middle of the map. So all these choke points are being bottled up now by Regain slowly but surely, but there's the incision. Zukar gets aggressive. It does prime Honest into a couple more, but he's only relegated to 1. A player drops into the CT spawn, and there's still chances here for the Chicken Coop. It has to be through Grape Throw. A chance for Grape to go nuclear, and Sasha's found another player in the meantime, and Grape goes one better. 2 kills for him in the round, but they're 2 massively impactful kills in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, I mean, Sasha supporting as well to ensure that Grape can keep all his focus towards those tunnels is really important. And I mean, Grape, of course, appreciates that. And you see Regain putting the pieces together here for a 5th round. Chicken Coop don't have the money to buy into this next one. So it will be a half buy that comes through instead. 4 Tech 9s and a Mac 10. Everyone's got the armor. 3 players with head armor as well. But that won't matter too much up against Grape and Honest because they've managed to keep some AKs up and running on their end. Zukar's having an early peek towards top mid. Not sure if they've heard anything into lower. Honest could get overloaded here, and he does. After getting 1 frag at the very least. Panic trades him out, but Sasha's right there to ensure that things don't get out of hand. And then Grape sprays down REKMEISTER. Going pretty well. Grape lets 1 player get past his crosshair, and eventually he is overrun. Spam to the door from Sasha. Oh my goodness, Regain looking like a team possessed now as they get the last as well. 6-0 in their favor.
That's beautiful work from Sasha, man. What a turnaround he's had on this map with Dust2. Huge impact in terms of some of his rotations. And you got to give credit to players like Honest as well, having to manhandle multiple T's encroaching upon him in that mid position. He's gotten some good support for sure, but actually nailing some of these multis is another beast.
Nice flashbang thrown by Crisp, and it sets up drop for a headshot onto Zukar. That's a nice little start for Chicken Coop. See if they can capitalize on this man advantage. Ooh, Honest is in trouble. Honest is in trouble. Doesn't know anyone's behind him, and he will die without realizing what hit him. 5v3 for Chicken Coop. Sasha looking for a play here, set up by the flashbang. Dirk doing a good job comboing with him to at least bring it down to only a man advantage. But they need to be cautious, and they are. Not over-aggressing, not over-committing to another fight.
They're splitting quite a bit up, but now they'll regroup here in long into Sasha's crosshairs. It's a dry swing completely. One kill found, make that two, and he spots out the third. Bomb dropped. Dirk now can make his move back over. He's hearing these footsteps being calmed over from drop. So now in this 2-on-2, these are the guys that you kind of want in this clutch. Grape, who is having a hell of a game off that B side, and Dirk, who's been so formidable across the end of Inferno. He's faking the op drop, or the op shot, into the rifle pickup. And oh my goodness, that should be a kill for Grape. He isn't able to get it. Very careless from drop. And now it leaves it all up to Jared, who's pinned from both sides. And Grape just isn't missing a beat. Everything that could have gone wrong on Inferno now is going right here on Dust2.
Yeah, no, that's impressive stuff from Grape. I mean, he just comes around in the Rockstar world. And I like the idea from Dirk as well, firing off the op shot, pretending that he has the op in his hand still, but goes to the rifle instead. The thing is, for drop, you got to know there's two players alive. They could be pincering you. You can't just walk out towards long, not ready for a fight with knife out or util out. It's a very strange decision. What's not a strange decision is if you choose to enter the ATK gear giveaway that's happening right now of 8 gaming mice, because they're awesome and will help elevate your game. So if you want to enter, scroll down, click the banner in the description below to enter into that giveaway to try to win one of those mice. All right, Regain trying to win this series here, and it's looking mighty promising with a 7-0 lead. Dirk could be exposed here. Oh my goodness, that is a little too slow for my liking on his readjustment. But he's okay. He gets away.
They still want to go through this. They're going to go charging through regardless of how poor this lurk smoke actually was. Grape burns down significantly, but Dirk is still firing, and all cylinders switches over to the sidearm to find the third kill. He's got a silver platter right there with another head, and Dirk finds a quad kill here on this B bomb site. He is unrelenting.
I mean, that's great for Dirk and Grape, right? You had so many rounds of play on the previous map of Inferno, 40 total, where they got warmed up, revved up, especially Dirk towards the end of it, and he hasn't slowed down on Dust2, which makes sense, right? If you can get warmed up with your op on a map like Inferno, which doesn't typically favor oppers too much, Dust2 is going to be a breeze for you, and that's exactly what's happening here. Not to take anything away from what he just achieved, because it was not easy. And now he's towards long. Ooh, this is tough. Pistols bearing down on you. Rifling needs to support. Sasha's gone. Dirk makes it work with the nade, but eventually he's traded out. Now the riflers need to activate, and Zukar will for 1, 2, and almost a third. Yeah, indeed, the third comes through with the pistol afterwards. And Honest found one in between. It is all Regain all the time here on Dust2.
Absolutely, man. I mean, they just cannot miss a beat right now. Huge work by Zukar. Everybody stepping up where it counts. And with that, what's that, 9? Yeah, 9 in a row. On the precipice of marching along this tournament and sending Chicken Coop out in a shock fashion almost.
And you have to imagine they're missing MDS, of course. Like, we can't forget that, playing with the sub in Panic. Not an ideal situation for them, and I mean, it's really caught up to them. I think also the fact that they had so many opportunities on Inferno to close the map, and they just whiffed on all of them. And after that, for Regain, the way they won 4 rounds in a row in overtime, Dirk activating, it was a gut punch, and it doesn't feel like they've been able to put it behind them. First frag out again here. Dirk gonna connect on that. It's a double op setup now with Grape running the secondary. 105 on the clock. Honest finding his rhythm as well is fantastic news for Regain. However, he will be the first to fall in this squad. 4v4, is Jared gonna slip through onto the B site here? I believe he is. Grape has no idea. Yeah, Jared managed to get the instant trade. Does he have the bomb? No, but it's quickly going to arrive on the scene. Regain will need to go for a retake.
Definitely will. This is the best shot the Chicken Coop have had in quite some time. Sasha's got this flank, and he's been good for a kill or two in this flank. You're hoping that maybe Crisp gives up his position, and he absolutely will. He gets all those sound cues, And now Jared's going to have to do a lot of work alongside Drop. It's all or nothing from this position of window and the scaffolding. Here comes that first bit of contact, and Sasha's there for the trade, and Drop does give up his position. So it's up to Dirk and Sasha to piece this together. Drop now coming through, and he's able to find one, but it cannot line up the second. Dirk is on another level right now. Double digits for him and Grape, as double digits are found for Regain as well.
That is impressive. Very well played from Regain. A man down. In fact, no, I believe even numbers, and then they turned it around by finding Crisp in lower tunnels. That was perhaps a bit of a mistake. Yeah, the 3v3 turns into a 3v2, and after that, they make no mistake of it. Great clutch performance by Dirk once more. 10-0. You see the stake odds, you understand them given the scoreline, and if you want to get in on that action, you got a chance at a weekly reload of $35. It's not even a chance. All you have to do is deposit $20, use code STAR35, and you'll enjoy a daily $5 top-up for the next 7 days, and Zukar is enjoying kills for days right now. He gets himself a 3-piece at long, Drop and Crisp, the last two standing. It seems that there's nothing Chicken Coop can do right here on Dust2 after what was a marathon of Inferno. Drop now in a 5v1. We'll get one. And the second. Oh, maybe he's going to channel some of that Inferno magic here.
Sure, maybe. Still has to pick up that bomb. Still has to find an avenue into a bomb site. Considerable amount of players have split up in this situation. But honest, it doesn't matter if we split up. He is just on another level right now. 14-7, 11 rounds deep. And this might just be a complete whitewash on hap number 1.
We haven't gotten a 12-0 yet here in North America. We've gotten a couple of 10-2s. In fact, a few 10-2s. But no 12-0s. Will it be the first time, or can Chicken Coop save some face here with a desperate vibe of 3 MAC-10s and 2 AKs? And what are they going to do? It's the Rush B strat. Right out of the pub book. And it's kind of working. They are going to get 2. Panic leading the charge with a MAC-10. Lots of damage taken, and there is a nade available in Sasha's hands. Tosses it. It doesn't hit the mark. Bomb going to get planted here. And these 3 Regain players are hoping that they'll be able to seal the deal on a perfect half, but it's going to take a decent effort now.
Excuse me, that molly up into car would have been nice, but instead, oh, well, there it is. Just flush out Panic just for a little bit, but shots are just a little bit awry. So Chicken Coop have a consolation of a single round as we head into the half.
All right, we're back into it here. What a shift up from Inferno after that back and forth, 6-6, tied half after tied half, and tons of overtimes. We get an 11-1 lead out of nowhere from Regain. They're technically on what is now a 15-1 run, going back to that triple overtime, the second half of triple overtime on Inferno.
They have really figured out these defensive sides very well for themselves, and now looking to shut the door on Chicken Coop's hopes in this North American Closed Qualifier. And Chicken Coop, they're not gonna give up without a fight, charging up the mid. side of things, and Honest and Dirk are there. 3 kills found from them. That 4 from Zukar, and now it's just Jared holding on, clinging on to the chance of Chicken Coop staying alive in this tournament, but not to be. 11 opportunities now for Regain to advance.
Wow. Who would have thought? I didn't, given what we just saw in Inferno, but yeah. Regain have got absolutely everything going their way. The force buy barely yields anything for Chicken Coop. 4 pistols and a scout. Charging in towards the upper tunnels. What do they get here? Okay, there's one, but no more. Honest shuts down Jared and Crisp. They're 3 frags away from advancing into the lower bracket and eliminating Chicken Coop from the StarLadder StarSeries Fall 2026. And a closed qualifier.
Oh, no.
REKMEISTER and Drop do strike back, though. Okay. This isn't too bad. Grape's trying to save the day, as he's done many a time before. Does he realize to play top mid? Now he does. Oh my goodness, he's getting shot from both angles, and eventually Drop will find him through the wall. It's all up to Dirk. Can he pull off the heroics again? 34 HP, a scout in hand. He's walking out with aplomb, and that's too much confidence. Chicken Coop, hang on for at least one more round.
Oh, well. You just live just a little bit longer. There's a force buy coming up from this T side. Zukar will have the best weapon of choice, a Mac 10. Maybe something a little pacey. They don't have the greatest spawns for it. So, a slowdown. Mid-smoke should be coming in momentarily. Oh, it actually fails. But whoa, that shot from Dirk certainly doesn't. Jared hits the deck. 5-on-4 Regain.
Getting some crazy shots, and Zukar in mid-air gets the Mac 10 spray. However, Crisp doing the work with the A1S means that Regain can't celebrate for very long. They're down to a 2v3. Let's see what Zukar can do with this AK. He's going to get the mid to B smoke tossed. Wants a quick fight here. Hits the headshot. Does he realize someone's close? He does, but he can't win the fight. Grape will. 1v1. Here it is. Regain. Another opportunity to close. Watching the smoke is Grape, and he hits the shot. It's over. Regain win 13-2. An absolute drubbing here on map number 2, as they will be the ones advancing, eliminating Chicken Coop.
Wow. And I mean, to think that this is how the series ends after a map